All right, so I want to have a serious conversation with you because, well, YouTube and some, not all, of the YouTube gurus out there want us to follow the content burnout strategy. And this strategy will pretty much kill most channels out there. And I know for a fact because I started to fall into this, I experienced burnout. What I want to share with you today is the strategy that I have followed for the last 17 plus years. I built multiple 6 and 7 figure brands on the back of YouTube, but I want to share with you a simpler strategy. And we're also going to talk about what it looks like to follow the content burnout strategy and why it doesn't work. And we're also going to be hopefully getting through this because it started to lightly rain as I pulled the car out of the garage. And here we are, we got a little bit of rain on the whiteboard. So we'll see how this works. All right, so if you have been a creator, even for, I'd say, a month or two, you probably are gonna fall in here, okay? It's where we start, and it's real exciting when we start. It's like, yes, we're gonna be a content creator, we're gonna build a YouTube channel, we're gonna make some money, we're gonna impact some lives. That's awesome. That's where we all start. We all start there. And what happens is generally, even when you're not getting many views, it's still pretty exciting. Right? It's still pretty exciting to create videos, know that you're putting stuff out there that can potentially help people, but also you might be getting a few comments, you might be getting a few views, and that's pretty cool. You're like, yes. But then what happens is you have a little bit of a lull or a dip, and you're gonna have a lot of dips. But that's okay, because you're gonna have a lot of highs too, especially if you follow the simple plan that I'm gonna cover with you here today. So the first thing is we're gonna try to fix this. And so all of a sudden, right away, you're going to be into fix mode, all right, as a creator. And the thing that the gurus want you to know, or they want to have you do, is listen to their tips. And one of their tips is generally, you should start trying to do YouTube Shorts. And what's going to happen is now you're not just creating one long form video, now you're creating multiple short videos. It sounds great, right? Oh, there's an AI tool, it'll chop it all up. Listen, I've tried those. It's not that simple. All right. The thing is it'll come out like 80% of the way there and you got to trim it and it's still not that great. And then you post it and you just don't get the results on that. Or what happens is, let's say you do get some traction on that. It brings you subscribers, but those subscribers don't watch your long form. So it kind of backfires on you. So again, we're listening to the gurus out there and we're like, oh, we should do shorts because shorts is happening right now. That's where everybody's at. Little side note too. If you're thinking to yourself, well, I probably should go over and put my shorts over on TikTok. I should probably put them over on Instagram Reels, right? We've all done that. We've all thought of that because we've been told that's what we should do. We should try to be everywhere. Well, here's the deal. That is going to lead to burnout. I'll just tell you that right now. Following this plan is going to prevent burnout, and I'll break that down here in a second. So try the shorts. That's like one thing. I mean, that's just one of the fixes. There could be a, we'll get into it down here. Let's see. Oh, let's post some more, right? Just post more. It doesn't matter what it is, just post more because the algorithm wants frequency. It wants you to show up. That's so wrong because if you put out just random stuff and stuff that isn't really valuable, but you're like, oh, I got another video up and your audience doesn't see it, what good is it? So we need to be more strategic about it. And again, simpler is going to work better. I mean, this video right here that I'm doing in the car with the whiteboard, I did a video a while back in my Jeep, and that video was one of our top performers. And all it was me with the whiteboard. I went out in the car and I shot it. And the reason why was because it was super busy in the house that day. I had the cleaners over. I had some work being done. I just didn't have the space. I'm like, I got to get a video out, but I don't want it to be crap. So what do? I jump in the car. Well, I did one recently on this channel, in this car, in the same location, and yeah, it did pretty well. All right, and so because of that, it's simple. It's not trying to do a hack or trying to just post more to post more. All right, but there it is. Like that's the dip, right? We're having that dip, and then here, oh, let's fix this one by repurposing the content that we've already created. So you create one long form, and now this sounds great in theory, by the way. Let's go ahead and take that video and let's chop it up into all these little pieces and we'll get a whole bunch of videos. From one video, we can get 10 videos. No, because what happens is that video is not it's not really resonating with someone because there wasn't a good start point. There wasn't a good hook in the beginning. There wasn't a good message in the beginning. So you're trying to force something. You're trying to force something. But now if you go back here and you're going to try to start creating shorts from scratch and do the long form, you can already see how overwhelming that is and how that can lead to burnout. But let's just keep moving here. And that one there, by the way, that one's the big killer, is when you get into the repurposing land. That's when things are going to get really, really stressful. And you're like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm just on this hamster wheel. I can't get off because I got to keep posting the content. And then when you're looking at the numbers, those numbers generally don't add up. They don't give you much of a bump. You'd be better off just to post one more better video, or better, not even quality, but just the value driven. Or again, getting into the simple plan, it'll make a lot more sense to be very strategic about it. But then again, try these hacks. You know, the gurus are going to say, use this one upload setting. Now, I'm not saying there isn't some settings in there, but it's not going to be the magic bullet. It's not going to be that thing that you turn on and all of a sudden you get a flood of traffic. What is going to help that is down here. And that's what I'm going to get to now. All right. So the simple plan looks like this. Pick one platform. And I would say in the beginning stages, just pick that one platform and one format. Meaning, you're going to do long form, do the long form. If you're going to do shorts, do the shorts, but I would not mix and match those, okay? I would do one or the other, and I would focus on that for 6 to 8 months. All right, that's it. One platform, not TikTok, not Instagram, not all those, and the gurus out there are going to tell you to repurpose it on all these different platforms. And then what's going to happen is you're going to be right here in that burnout phase, and you're probably going to stop, and it's going to kill your, your creativity, and it's also going to kill your channel because you're not going to want to post anymore. All right. So we don't want to do that. So that's the first thing. We want to pick one platform. Right now, we're picking this platform, YouTube, and we're also picking long form, not short form. Okay. The other thing is the video style. Okay. What kind of video style can you create on a regular basis that there's the least amount of friction? Like, I'm outside right now because number one, the lighting is pretty good, even though it's a cloudy day and it's kind of raining out right now and my car is getting wet. I needed a bath, but we'll go ahead and wipe her down inside the garage after. But I'm picking this style for a couple of different reasons. It's easy for me to set up the tripod right there. I got a lav mic on, super easy, okay? And I got a little whiteboard, so I got something you guys can follow along with. And the other reason why I'm doing it is because I've tested it in other videos and they usually perform better for me. So it's easier for me to create, super easy, tech-wise, all right, and location-wise, and it performs better. So why not? Why try to go and create the edited videos with all of the different jump cuts and the different graphics and all of the things that the gurus are saying we have to do in order to grab retention? The retention is going to be there. The last video I did on this, well, it wasn't the last channel or the last video. It was the last one in the car right here. That one there performed one of our best videos in the last 30 days. Okay. The other ones, I was in the office, I had a little bit more editing, not a ton, but some, but it was in the office. People just tend to like to be outside. They like to be maybe in the 73 Mustang with me, right? So why not do what has already worked, but also that is simple for you to do? Because that's the thing. If you can continue to do it and stick with it, you're going to have a greater chance of succeeding. Makes sense, right? Now, the next thing is your title and thumbnail. I can't stress this enough. You can do all of these little things here, post more, try the shorts, do all the, repurpose. But if you don't have good titles and good thumbnails, good packaging, it's not going to matter at all. The number one thing that I would recommend to anyone starting today or that's trying to revive their channel is to focus on your titles and the hook in that title. All right. So this title to this video was the content burnout strategy that YouTube and the gurus don't want you to know. That's a pretty compelling title. I did some research on that. All right. Now, listen, I've been doing this a long time. If you struggle with titles, I've got 10 of our top performing titles, not just on this channel, but our other channel, Brand Creators, which we grew to over 100,000 subscribers. If you would like to get a copy of that, all right, it's a swipe file. It basically has 10 titles. We also created templates out of them so you can mix and match it and you can also adapt it to your niche. If you want that, just comment hooks down below. Once again, comment hooks down below and I'll send it to you. All right. And that'll get you going. And at least it'll give you an idea of what you can try. All right. So that's the next thing, the title and the thumbnail. All right. Number 4, weekly schedule. Create your schedule and stick to it. Okay. And I've heard gurus say, well, if you post at 8 a.m., it's going to perform better. Or if you post in the evening, it's going to do better. Or if you post on a Tuesday, it's going to do better. That's all BS. What's going to matter the most is you posting consistently. So this way here, you have a steady catalog of videos that have another chance. Every single video you post, you have another chance. It's like a lottery ticket in a sense, to where every time you play the lottery, you've got one extra chance. If you play it twice a week, you get 2 chances. If you do it 5 times a week, you get 5 chances. Same thing with videos. As long as we have that title picked out pretty good, and we've done some research, and we've created some, or we've used some titles that have some compelling wording in it, which, by the way, that hooks guide will give you that, or that swipe file. But that's the weekly schedule. Staying consistent, which brings me into number 5, is commitment. Commit to that schedule. Commit to that schedule. Again, another important thing. So many people, they'll start and stop. Or, oh, I'm going to go try Instagram for this week and see if that gets me my audience. Oh, I'm going to go over here to TikTok this week, or I'm going to go over here to, whatever platform, fill in the blank. If you stay consistent on that one platform, your chances are going to be a lot higher. All right. And then the last thing is repeat what has worked. I am doing this video today in the driveway in my 1973 Mustang because the last video I did in this same location worked. Okay, so I'm doing it again. I also did another video in my car, like I said, a while back. That's over 100,000 views. It's in a car, it's with a whiteboard. I'm repeating what has worked. I'm just obviously adding, a different lesson or a different story that I want to share. Okay, so that's what we want to do. Now, like I said, all of this will help you get more results, okay? Get subscribers, get views, all of that without burning out. Because if you burn out, I will promise you this, your channel will be dead. It'll die because you won't want to do it anymore. The whole thing is here, we have to want to keep doing it. Now, with all that being said, like I talked about in here, the number one thing that I would say that's going to get you the most results the quickest is finding the right title. Like I said, I have that swipe file, but if you would like to see a video that I did that walks you through all 10 and gives you even more examples on how to use them for specific niches, watch that video right there, and I'll break all 10 of those titles down for you. Watch that video next, and I'll see you there.